Hey guys, it's Matt Walk, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about, well, 2018. That's the year that just elapsed. Elapsed? That's over. It's out of here. Goodbye. But it was a year for Magic, pretty important one. So let's go ahead and look at that, and we'll see what's good, what's bad, what's kind of still bad, and all that good stuff. So let's look at some of the releases for last year. We'll start with like the Challenger decks that were released. Those were pretty sweet. Those were the sort of they were like the modern event decks where they were actually like they're pre-cons, but they're made to be good, playable in whatever format. The Challenger decks, of course, were for standard. So those were really good. I got the mono red one, and that one was really sweet. That was the Hazaret deck. So that thing was basically like 80% of the actual mono red aggro deck. That was doing pretty good in standard at the time. So Challenger decks were good. They were a good deal. Had a lot of good cards. The red one also had Chandra. That was pretty sweet. And I've heard other pretty good things about the other decks too, so that was nice. So those were definitely a hit. I think those are great. Hopefully they do that again. I think they might have done that earlier too, previously, maybe a year or two ago. I can't quite remember. And we got Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. Rivals, of course, was the one that came out last year. That was pretty good. That was a good set. I think obviously they didn't hit like on all cylinders. Some of that was because of just the previous sets just being so strong. Obviously Kaladesh had a pretty high power level, so a lot of those cards didn't have time to shine. But that's okay. It was still pretty sweet. Obviously I love all the dinosaur stuff. I think they really hit those out of the park, so that was nice. And the Enrage mechanic, which was the dinosaur one basically, was really cool. I think that's a really interesting mechanic. Has a lot of room to grow. What else? Gosh, yeah, I mean, it was a little weak too. Yeah, it was a little bit underpowered, even considering like in comparison to Kaladesh. But it was still pretty good. Raid was an okay mechanic. Ascend was pretty cool. Had a lot of cool stuff, obviously, like all the Elder Dinosaurs. That was pretty sweet. That was actually, the Elder Dinosaurs are probably my favorite. Those are super fun to build around, especially the red one, the Spinosaurus guy. That guy was cool. That guy was really cool. Maybe the set didn't exactly hit the mark, but I mean, at least I think they did. Pretty much all of the tribes were pretty good. Like I said, maybe didn't quite hit the mark, but I still enjoyed the set. Dominaria, now that was a really good one. So that set was, well, it was the first time we've been back to Dominaria like in 10 years. But they did a really great job with the historic keyword, where they sort of just put all these different things together, and they're like, these are historic. Sagas were really cool. All the legends were really cool. The new characters they introduced were really interesting. I think I liked them all. All of the new Weatherlight crew, and obviously you get Teferi and Karn and Joyra back, which is awesome. That was awesome. Really did the story. I think was pretty cool there, pretty interesting. I think I liked it for the most part. Introduced some new stuff with like Karn and the Silix. Obviously, I guess this is the Golgothian Silix, which Urza used to blow everything up in the start of the Ice Age and ended the war between him and Mishra. I don't know if it's that Silix or a different Silix or what. I don't know if that Silix is even still around. It's kind of weird. Not 100% sure exactly what that one's supposed to be, but that was pretty interesting. He obviously wants to use that to blow up Phyrexia. Well, good. Do it. That's freaking sweet. I love Karn. I love blowing up stuff. I'm sure detonating another Silix again will have really good, totally predictable outcomes. But it's cool anyways. Oh yeah, they even brought back Joda, because he was like one of the scholars at the Teleria West or something. That was cool. I like Bells in Hockey was kind of interesting, where he just takes credit for everyone else's achievements, all the other villains. That's kind of interesting. Let's see, what other stuff? Oh, we got Battle Bond. That was a really well liked set. I think that was pretty interesting. All they brought back the partner thing, which was cool. I really like the coin flippy Legends stuff, the blue red partner guys. That was really sweet. Man, I love coin flipping stuff. I kind of like randomness, so that was cool. Which kind of makes me like the new Rakdos. But anyways, I digress. They had some good reprints. Obviously, got that Devil in Season reprint, which is nice. That was pretty cool. Yeah, overall a good set. I think everyone liked it. Pretty interesting ID. Although, like I said, I'm not a big fan of like the art. Some of the art was weird, but overall a good set. Then you had the signature spellbook, the Jace one. I mean, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Some people liked it, I guess. It seemed like a decent deal, but not really my bag. But hey, seems okay. Let's see, what else? Magic 2018 was pretty interesting. Got a pretty interesting narrative with the whole Bolas Ugin stuff. So that was kind of cool. I mean, that's pretty good as far as core sets go. What else? Got the Commander 2018, which was, they're about as... this one was worse because it was a little bit more expensive, higher MSRP, but it was good because, they're all pretty just solid intro decks for people wanting to play Commander. I didn't like the Lands Matter one. There was like only one of the Legends actually even played well with lands, the Lord Windgrace, and even then it was kind of like, eh. There wasn't even like any creature lands or anything in there. No Treetop Village kind of things, or Raging Ravine or anything like that. So that was a little weird. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of that. I like Nesting Dragon. That was a really cool card. And then I guess there was also I like the Legendary Spider, but yeah, him not doing anything with the lands is a little frustrating, although it is a cool card. But yeah, the set was fine. Whatever. Then you got Ravnica. And, new Ravnica set's sweet. Not much else to say there. It was sweet. It's got good mechanics, pretty fun. I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of Undergrowth, but I really like Surveil. That was really sweet. But yeah, everything else is pretty good. All the guilds feel pretty interesting. Should be even better once the next set comes out and you can, you have all the shock lands and stuff like that. So that was cool. I really like the new Ravnica set. I think that's pretty good. I guess, I don't know, what can you say? It's sort of like, kind of similar to the other previous Ravnica sets. Not much to say there that hasn't already been said. And right, of course, Ultimate Masters. Again, the same criticisms, basically too expensive to buy in. It's a trap to buy just single packs, because it seems like you break even-ish, at least, if you buy like a box, but it's asking a lot for, buying said boxes, so, it's just too expensive. I don't think it's worth buying it, but if you can afford a box, you'll probably make at least your money, and then obviously, like, if you hold on to them over time, those cards will pretty much always go up, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What else do we got? So card quality still a problem with the card stock in particular. They're still kind of wonky. Foils basically end up folding in on themselves. Even out of the pack, they can be already bent. So that's unfortunate. If you don't buy a ton of new cards or whatever, it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, especially foils. That's the big problem. Ugh. And the new card stock just looks weird, like comparing it to like the older cards, which is unfortunate. It looks looks pretty bad. Oh right, of course one of the other big stories from this year was Magic Arena. That thing is awesome. It's sweet. It's free, easy, cheap to play, easy to understand. Very similar to Hearthstone, or at least it kind of looks like Hearthstone-ish, and then plays kind of like Hearthstone, and as much as Magic can play like Hearthstone. But if you're familiar with Hearthstone, the interface will be pretty similar. It's great. It's awesome. Outside of like the 5th card problem and some other issues, it's mostly pretty much a super home run. So this is great. I really like it, and this is it was good. It was good. I liked it. It's pretty fun. I haven't played it too much, but the little that I have, I like it quite a bit. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's some other stuff. The standard improved a lot, obviously, this year, but I guess it'd be hard not to, compared to, like, the ban happiness. They haven't banned this many cards since, like, last Mirrodin block, or the first Mirrodin block, yeah. So, that's not good. Too much banning, obviously, just doesn't make people happy. People lose money. It's just not good for the game. But obviously it had to be done. So, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but anyways, it's a lot better. Most people seem to be a lot happier with it. Modern is about the new decks are popping up, but Modern is about the same as it's always been. Saw the KCI decks doing a lot just recently, especially with the last GP. It's like 4 in the top 8, although that was this year, but really started making a splash last year. So Modern is Modern always is going to be, I guess. So, it is what it is, right? So that's okay. Oh well, but that's okay. I don't pay a lot of attention to standard, but people seem to be a lot happier with it, and so that's good. That's obviously good. So I think overall, for the game improved quite a bit from the previous year. So that's good. It's not, like I said, it's not all. There are obviously some issues, but yeah, they really solved a lot of problems, especially with like Dominaria, with the whole legendary set thing. Where obviously it didn't work super well in Champions, but they really hit it out of the park this time, which is great. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I liked it a lot. Good stuff. Even the reprints, they did pretty good with reprints this year. Pretty okay. Like another Opt reprint, Siege Gang, which is a great reprint. That card's always good in Standard. Every time it's came back, I think it's pretty much always been played. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much bad stuff to report on. For the most part, everything's looking pretty good. Game got a lot bit better. Cards are being printed. Some of the older, more expensive ones are being printed as reasonably fast as they can. And so that's good. So card availability is not as big as an issue in Modern, or in Commander. Doubling season was a big one too. So yeah, they're making pretty good sets. A lot of good sets. Even, like I said, Ixalan was a little weak, but it had some really cool flavor. Pirates. Who doesn't love pirates, right? So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a lot else to report on. Everything's looking pretty good for the game. Hopefully 2019, according to Morrow, he's super excited for it. So hopefully we get some good stuff. Get that third Bolus Ravnica block thing, see what's going on there. Even the story's pretty good, I think, recently. So I think that's pretty sweet. So if the story keeps continuing with like Dominaria level stuff, it'll be good. So that's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.